in your opinion, what is the best way that a black woman can become a millionaire starting from scratch? What's
Well, you have to. Okay, the answer is, it's funny. There's an article that was published in the New York or in the Washington Post that said that single black females had a net worth of $5. Yeah, and then now some new reports have kind of raised that number to a certain extent. And African American women have a difficult time building wealth because often they are left with the burden of supporting their kids all by themselves, financially and the whole nine yards. And it's just unfair because the job was not designed for one salary. It was not designed for one parent and one salary. And so, because of that, it makes it that much harder for African American women to build wealth. And so, there are different strategies depending on where they are in life. And I am a firm believer that your circumstances should not be a prison sentence for your future. And that there are many African American women that have incredible talents and gifts that we're never able to see because of their circumstances. And so, in fact, David, I'm writing a series of books. My first book is Why Should White Guys Have All the Wealth? And I've written my second book, which is the manuscript is done, targeted to Black college students. And then my third book is targeted to 50 and older. Mm-hmm. But the book I'm working on after that is targeting Black women. And so my real solution is that number one priority should be getting their kids to a point where their kids can thrive. Because what's happening often in our community is that we are dealing with a large amount of untreated, unresolved trauma. And sometimes we're dealing with the trauma of family members, right? So we're having to take our financial resources and use them to prop up other parts of the family, thereby holding us up. And so because of that, it makes it very difficult for us to move forward until we resolve that trauma. And so my point is for women who have kids who are trying to get through that, prop up your kids, get your kids to where they're getting scholarships, pour all your energy, do the best you can to survive, and pour all your energy into getting them up to where by the time they're 18 and 20 or whatever, they're on scholarships. They're thriving. They're doing their thing. And by that time, you have time for you. And in the meantime, even though you may not be able to save enough money for the opening of your business, or you may not be able to have excess capital by the time they're ready to leave, there's nothing that stops you from having a very good business plan. There's nothing that stops you from developing a list of or a group of mentors that you can learn from, that can prepare you so that when your time does come, when your season comes, when your kids are at a point where they're doing their things, you can kind of now dust off that business plan and get busy living your dreams. I just don't think that you should give up your dream because of your circumstance. And so that's the thing. What they can do is they can plan, they can prepare, they can write business plans. They could, understand the industries and pick the right industries for their business. I have in my book, because my book is 2 books. I have my Millionaire Money Moves Investment Supplemental Guide, picking the right business for you. They can identify what's the right business for me that I can go into that's going to generate the kind of income that I want. Is it real estate, or is it, or is it some other type of business? There's nothing to hold us back. It's just a timing thing when you're in that situation.